All right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 7 Structures of Success. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Today is the first episode. It is episode 1, and today's topic is mindset. So I hope you guys checked out the intro video. It kind of explains what I'm going to be speaking about, why I'm speaking about these certain topics, and I hope they can definitely help you out. But yes, today's episode is going to be mindset. That is the first structure of success. And stay tuned for the following weeks because there's 7. So you guys, subscribe, do the notification things. You heard it before. But I hope you guys are excited. I am excited to kind of give you guys a new set of fundamental steps that will kind of help you and guide you in you achieving, your goals and successes. So we're going to get straight into it. Mindset, ladies and gentlemen. So the definition of mindset, right here at the bottom somewhere, I don't know. The definition of mindset is an established set of attitudes held by someone, right? So that is the definition. So we're going to get right into it. Now, there was an article written by the Stanford Medicine that stated that they kind of compared patients with a positive mindset versus a negative mindset, and they found that patients who had a very positive mindset were very successful in their surgeries or succeeding in getting through their illnesses versus people who had a negative mindset. So they were kind of psyching themselves up, what the doctors believed. So they believed that they were psyching themselves up, but they were actually creating a placebo effect. So they thought it was kind of in their mind, right? They were just kind of creating this and then help them succeed. So they don't really believe it to be they don't really believe it to be a very fundamental thing. It's just kind of aloof. But I disagree. In my personal opinion, I think that when you have a great mindset going into anything, it can allow you to succeed a little bit better. But we're going to talk more into it. So I'm going to give you guys a verse. Now, before you're like, oh my goodness, he's going to make it a biblical thing and stuff like that. Relax, all right? Just listen to it and just watch the video, okay? Stop being all weird. So there is a verse in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verses 5 through 7. And it says, those who are dominated by sinful nature think about sinful things. Those who are controlled by the Holy Spirit think about things that please the Spirit. So letting your sinful nature control your mind leads to death, but letting the Spirit control your mind leads to life and peace. You're like, okay, what does that have to do with mindset? Well, actually a lot. For those who are dominated by sinful nature think about sinful things. So dominated, that word. In creating a mindset, in creating what you need to pursue success, you need to be dominated. But by what though? And let's get more into it. So there is a correlation between that verse and another law that the world kind of speaks on, and that is the law of attraction. Now, the law of attraction kind of states something very, very simple. You think about something, you attract it to yourself. Very, very simple mindset. When your mind is focused on something, you attract it to one's being. For example, let's say you want a specific type of car. You've never seen the car before, but now that you found an interest in this car, you feel like you see it all the time, right? That is kind of the law of attraction. Your mind is focused. It's geared toward that car. That is your interest. It's geared towards it. You're kind of bringing it into fruition, But not only that, your mind is more attentive towards it, right? It's more focused on it. So, very simple what these laws are kind of saying, right? The law is saying when your mind is focused, you'll see it more. In the biblical verse, it says when your mind is dominated by sinful nature, think about sinful things. So you have to understand, what does that kind of mean? And what can we use both of these laws and even the medicine, the article, what can we use and what can we take from this to kind of bring this into mindset? Now, mindset was something that I feel like I actually learned pretty simple, and I don't think it's very difficult for a lot of you guys to learn. But mindset itself is actually not as hard as one thinks, but it does take you pursuing a little more. So how do we create a mindset? Now, mindset is very simple. Whatever your success is, you focus on it. So establishing your mindset allows you to grow closer to your goals and successes, right? So all these laws and the biblical verse, what we have to do is then inevitably use that same philosophy and put it into our idea of success. So you're dominated by sinful nature, or you attract what you think. That thing that you're attracting is then going to be your goal and success. So creating a mindset is kind of saying this: whatever your success is, I'm going to have that infiltrated in my mind every single day. And that's going to be in many forms, right? So mindset, right? The established set of attitudes held by someone. An established set. So how do we establish it? And in the Roman, in the verse it says dominated. So these things they have to be tightly there. They have to be tightly in the mind. They're established. It's firm footing. They're dominated. That means they're taking over. So this success, this goal has to be dominating in your mind and has to be established in your mind. I'm a firm believer that your physical attributions will change once your mindset does. So how do we create a new mindset, right? So first things you have to do is change your perception. You're like, okay, what does that mean? Well, change your perception on the way that you're thinking constantly right now, the way that you're thinking right now. Why aren't you achieving these goals? Because you're stuck in an old mindset. I'll give you an example. I want to get out of debt. That's my mindset. That's what I want to think. That's what I want to succeed in. Your mind has to be changed and rewired into you thinking about achieving your success. And how does that happen? You honestly, literally think, I'm going to pay off this bill. I'm going to pay off this bill. I'm going to pay off this bill. I'm going to pay off this. I'm going to pay off the debt. I'm going to pay off the debt. I'm going to pay off the debt. It's repeated, and you will then infiltrate your mind and be able to rewire the way that you think about certain things. You're going to go to a store and you're going to see an item and you're going to be like, wow, that's a really nice item and I can purchase it with a credit card. I don't have cash now, but I can purchase it with a credit card or whatever it may be. And you say, okay, well, my mindset has changed, right? Because before you'd be like, okay, well, I could just pay it off later. I'm just going to get it now because I really, really want it. So you're going to take the item and you pay it. But now that you've slowly started changing the way that you're thinking and now that you want to get out of debt, you will then change the action. You will then change the action that you would make. So now you see the item and you say, wow, I really want that product and I can get it with the credit card, but I got to get out of debt. Because now it's a consistent, it's infiltrated in your mind. Now it's going to be, in a sense, bombarding your other wants and ideas. So changing the way you think is very, 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 very important, right? And how do you also do it? By getting exposure. A lot of the mindset that we have is kind of passed down, right? Mindset is passed down. The way we think, the way we act is based off experiences and things that people done to us, experience or what we've been taught or the way that people speak. It's everyone, let's keep it like this. Everyone's other mindsets have officially infiltrated you, and that's the way you think. When you hear someone's political views or economic views or biblical views, sometimes they're not even your own thoughts. They're just other thoughts you're repeating from people you admire. That's all it really is. So what does that mean? You need to now go into your brain and kind of rewire the way that you're thinking and learn to make thoughts for yourself. Because no one should be dominating your life. You should be dominating your life. You should be the one that's in charge of the goals and the successes that you want. Because I've told you this before, success is relative. So you need to understand that changing your mind and changing your mind in the way that you pursue goals is very, very, it's kind of, in a sense, you're by yourself, right? It's nice if you had a team of people who say like, look guys, I want to pay off my debt. Can you help me guys by, let's not go out to eat, or let's not do this because I'm going to spend the money and I could use that money to pay off the bill. Sometimes the people don't really care, and well, they can have some compassion, understanding that you're kind of doing this by yourself. Goals and successes are meant for you, just you. Some people will not understand that, and that's okay, but you need to be comfortable with that because you know that what you truly want, it's there. You just got to go after it. So, ladies and gentlemen, creating a mindset takes time. You know that. Understanding that it's very simple, but what can actually hurt you is kind of the outer ring, right? Because well, I don't want to spend the money to go out to eat or go out, this and this and this. I don't want to do all these things to spend money. I'm using the finance kind of mindset to. So you're thinking, well, the outer ring can hurt you a little bit more than it does good. It's nice to have accountability, but sometimes that accountability is not there. So you need to be accountable on yourself. And at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I know we have people that can help us and guide us, but this does lead down to you. Are you willing to make the changes for you to be greater? Are you willing to make the sacrifices now for a better tomorrow, right? Because understanding that this is a lonely road, but sometimes the road is just meant for you. The success is meant for you. So changing your mindset sometimes is just meant for you. Not everyone will understand, and that's perfectly fine. But if you're trying to bring a whole team with you to push your goal, it's not going to happen. Understanding that some of these goals and desires and successes are meant for you, and just you. And it's a lonely road, but pursuing it will make you better at the end. Not everybody is meant to have the success you're meant to have, and that's perfectly fine, because they're your successes, and you should be happy and accomplished when you do. If you think it's small, someone else thinks it's greater. Don't compare your successes to others, because at the end of the day, are you happy with your life? Are you successful in the things you've succeeded in? That's all that matters. I think for me, it took time for me to develop a mindset because I wanted money. That was my main concept of idea. I wanted money, 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 money. It's not like Mr. Krabs there. And that's what I focused on. But there's more to it. There's more to success than just financial structure and financial stability. There's the helping of others and the encouraging of others, and maybe if I do this, I can do something else. And mindset and success are sometimes meant for you. So pursue your goals, pursue your successes, because changing the way you think now will inevitably help you in the long run. And once you do that, it's just, you'll just skyrocket out of there. You'll have trials and tribulations, ladies and gentlemen, and there will be hard things that will kind of push you back. But you need to make sure that you can establish who you are in that mindset. Because if you have an established set of attitudes, when you haven't established who you are and you are dominated by who you are going to be, you will then bring it into fruition. I've said this before. I'm a firm believer your physical attributes change when your mentality does. Your mentality has to change. Who you are and what you're going to be pursuing has to change, and it has to change in the mind first. You need to believe it so that it can come into fruition, right? There's an example I can give you. For me, I know I will be financially capable. One day I will be financially stable. And I believe it 100% without my heart. There's no doubt in me. And the thing is, I believe it so well that I made other people believe it. Other people can see it in me. So I'll give you an example. I was speaking to a new hire one day, and I said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be wealthy, 100%. I'll have financial stability." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll make over $1 million. That's no doubt in my mind, not at all." And she's like, "Yeah, you're just a lot of talk." I was like, "Oh really?" I was like, "Okay, well." So then I called one of my other coworkers and I said, "Hey, am I gonna make over $1 million?" She's like, "Yep, he's gonna make over $1 million. So I'm gonna be wealthy." She goes, "Yep." And the new hire was just like, "What the heck?" Because I believe it so well. My mindset has been focused on that for so long that I believe it so well. Other people are going to believe it. And when other people believe a dream that you have, ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing stopping you from succeeding. When other people can see it in you, then you know your mind has officially been dominated by that level of mindset. When other people can see your goal that you're seeing, oh my God, dude, you got it. Now, it's not forcing them to see the goal. You're not forcing them to do anything. You're just living it out. The way that you live. The way that you speak. And if they can see it, dude, you've been dominated by your new mindset. So, welcome to the first steps of success. So, guys, that was the first episode of the 7 Structures of Success. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, this was a very simple episode, but I can assure you that going down the road, some of these videos are going to get tough. So, and I'm very, very excited to share with you guys that the next video, the next structure of success is vision, right? And I hope you guys stay tuned, because that's a video and an episode that I think you guys will really, really enjoy. So, make sure you subscribe and do all that stuff. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And I hope you guys understand, by you taking the time to understand these laws and to understand these fundamentals, that you on your steps to succeeding and achieving your goals. And not from me, you can learn from many other people. But I thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And stay tuned for episode 2, which is Vision. See you guys. Have a good one.